Welcome to the MVP podcast, where we talk about anything NBA. I'm Sam Holcroft. Before I begin, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Momentum MVP, follow our Facebook page at MVP Momentum Podcast, and check us out on YouTube at MVP Momentum Podcast. So just me today. I'm just going to do our second update of our custom NBA stock market game. So to recap what happened the last 2 weeks, something that hasn't happened ever. People lost money. So Geigh still gained $187.60, while I lost $35.90, and Payton lost $288.65. So that leaves the standings at Geigh has gained $714.39 on the year. I have gained $55.69, and Payton has actually lost $140.05. So now I'll talk about the top gainers and top losers. Top gainers for the last 2 weeks. The Miami Heat gained $10.47, followed by the Lakers, $6.58, the Bucks, $6.30, the Kings, $5.93, the Cavs, $5.39. Other teams that gained money were the Suns, the Grizzlies, the Knicks, the Thunder, the Pacers, the Bulls, the Timberwolves, the Rockets, and the Jazz. The top losers were the Warriors at $13.51 a share, followed by the Clippers, $10.72, the Nuggets, $6.65, the Hawks, $6.53, and the Pistons, $5.66. Other teams that lost money were the Celtics, the 76ers, the Mavericks, the Nets, the Pelicans, the Magic, the Hornets, the Blazers, the Wizards, and the Spurs. So now going into just stocks that we added and lost, I'll start with myself. I'm selling all 15 of my Nuggets, which means I'm the first team out on the defending champs. Geigh and Payton still have 10 in each. I also got rid of 10 Warriors, which was all my Warriors. You know, they were the biggest loser last week. Gotta get rid of some of that. I also got rid of 10 of the Celtics. You know, I was right up there with PT in terms of Celtics shares. But you know, the fact that they lost money and they're the best record in the NBA, which kind of plays into the system a little bit. So it's basically like we talked about how like you want a low expected win percentage, you want a good record, and all these other factors. But I feel like if you are the top team with the best record, that's also going to hold you back a little bit. It kind of caps what you can gain, essentially. So I'm kind of nervous to have that Celtics share. So I'm taking some out. I also got rid of all 7 of my Spurs. They didn't win a single game the last 2 weeks. Doesn't matter what their expected win percentage is. If they haven't been winning, they're not going to make me money. So I got rid of them. And then I got rid of my 5 Clippers. You know, they went 1-6. I think all of those were with Harden. In fact, they actually were. One for 6. So they went 1-5. Just didn't look all too good even when he was playing. They were also lost $10 a share. They need to prove something to me before I invest again. Geigh sold all 10 of his Spurs shares. Same reasoning. Didn't win a single game. And then he also sold 4 of his 14 Hornets shares. They went 1-5 in the last 2 weeks. Only lost a little over $1, but still keeping some. He's thinking that there could be a small turnaround there. Payton sold 2 Spurs, so he still has 10. 2 Pacers, so he still has 24. And then he sold 3 Celtics, which brings him down to 17. So now stocks that we added, I'll start with Payton. Payton's actually adding 5 Warriors, who is the top loser. You know, that's a very, very cheap price for the Warriors, and like they could easily be a top gainer if they start winning some more games. But yeah, he has now 11 shares in the Warriors. He already had 6 before, which he bought, I think, at the beginning of the year, if I remember correctly. Also getting 2 Maverick shares, so now we're all invested in the Mavericks to some capacity. And he's getting another Blazers. It's the third cheapest stock that we have. Actually, it's the fourth. Correction. So might as well get some and then hope that they can boom. Geigh added 7 Rockets, so the first one to invest in the Rockets, I believe. Except I guess he was the first one, so he's adding 7 more. He's also adding 2 Lakers, so he has 12 shares in the Lakers. And then I am adding 15 to the Suns. The Suns are proving to me that I think that they could be a winning culture. Yes, Bradley Beal is going to be hurt for a little bit, but I feel like that the Suns team is starting to kind of click a little bit. A team that might shock a little bit of people is the Magic. I feel like the Orlando Magic could be an Orlando Magic effect team. They're currently 8-5. I really think that they can start moving in the right direction. At least early on, remember the Jazz and the Blazers were the 1 and 2 seed for the first 4 weeks of the season, 5 weeks of the season last year. And they finished, I think, 12-13 in the West by the end of the year. So we don't call it the Orlando Magic effect for no reason. So I'm investing 10 shares into them. I am also getting 5 shares of the Lakers. I just like their expected win percentage. It's very low. They have a good record. It's going to be easy money. The Bucks, their expected win percentage for how good they are is very low. They're going to be able to hit the expected win percentage. And that ties me with Geigh for the top. And then I also got 5 shares of the Pelicans. Yeah, they lost money, but I really like that expected win percentage, and I like their schedule for the next 2 weeks. They are 6-7 right now, but I can see them moving in the right direction. So, yeah. And then also the Raptors were the only team that was stagnant this last week in terms of stock price. So, yeah, so that's all of our shares and everything. So, pretty quick when there's only one person to kind of explain everything. So, once again, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Momentum MVP. Follow our Facebook page at MVP Momentum Podcast, and check us out on YouTube at MVP Momentum Podcast. I'm Sam Holcroft. Thanks for listening.